Beaches are actually quite lovely though, because I mean you can do swimming and such, except not when there's like oil everywhere, because that's lame. But you can, you know. I think I like holidays because I can just spend a lot of time not doing anything much, which is what I normally do, but it's okay to do it on holidays because you're on holiday. It's a very genius invention. It's very clever. Quite thoroughly clever-headed of them to invent holidays. Who invented holidays? I don't think anyone actually invented holidays. It's not like there was a guy named Jonathan Holiday who invented the vacation. It'd be Jonathan Vacation if he invented the vacation. They're really similar. They used to confuse me, particularly in the Narnia books where they call them hols. But yeah, I like holidays mostly, like by the beach, because I can just sit outside in the sun and play my penny whistle a lot, which I like doing, but I'm not actually any good at it. So it's fun to do on a holiday because it feels like it doesn't matter if you're not any good at it, because you can just relax and, you know, play your penny whistle. I figured out how to play that song that Charlie McDonnell opened some of his earlier videos with when he was less awesome and brilliant and fantastic and amazing and utterly gloriously fantabulous than he is now, and it was, you know, the like sort of song. I was quite proud of learning that. Actually, while I have this penny whistle conveniently to hand, would you like to perhaps hear my version of Tangled's Kingdom Dance? Just maybe? No? Yes? Yes, I should think so. Okay. I haven't listened to the actual version for ages, so that's just the sort of mangled one that I play from memory. And yes, Tangled you should watch, by the way. Seeing this is a review show, I should talk about Tangled. It's just the animation is so gorgeous, and it's all of these smooth, beautiful lines. It's like a painting, but animated. And of course there's a Dashing Rogue. I always support Dashing Rogues. He smolders. He smolders on everything. He smolders away like a very attractive coal who is also quite silly and has a beard. Coals don't normally have beards. They burn off because of the heat of coals, the heat that coals have, which is funny because it sounds quite a bit like cold. So they're like, cold coals, why do you not have beards, you silly things? I'm not making any sense at all, am I? No, I'm not. But you should watch Tangled anyway because it's got lovely music, part of it. Some of the songs are just kind of, they feel like they're added in just so they can have some songs. But the animation is super gorgeous, particularly with the hair and stuff. And you've probably already watched Tangled anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just, you know, talking, making noises with my mouth. Incidentally, I love how people say things. Sometimes, I mean, like, you watch, you know, Blackadder and he's like, Bob. And it's just hilarious the way he says Bob. And I know something similar when I was watching Doctor Who yesterday. I was watching Closing Time, which I missed while I was on holiday, so I watched it online, which was quite fun, actually. It's a really fun episode. Stormageddon! Dark Lord of War. But yes, and I noticed the Doctor said the word shop, and he said it, shop. So it's like, wouldn't it be fun if you could just sort of mix that into your ordinary life, and instead of going, oh, I'm going to the shop to buy some milk, you say, I'm going to the shop to purchase a milkish beverage. It'd be fun. It'd be exciting. And yes, while we're on the subject of opening themes, which we in fact weren't, because we were talking about Doctor Who, which by the way is awesome, and while we're talking about opening themes in Doctor Who, the opening theme of Doctor Who is awesome! Oh, and I can play this. I'll play the 11th theme, but it doesn't work on Penny Whistle. It's way too epic and you know, too epic. How does it go again? It's like, you know, it's the epic one. It doesn't work on Penny Whistle. I tried to play the Doctor Who theme on Penny Whistle. It's, you know, dun 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 dun. It doesn't work. No. Sort of works on cello though, because you can get this interesting contrast between the da-da-da-da-da. You can do sort of buff, and then you can go on higher string and go it works. It'd be better for duo though, because then you could have like cello or maybe viola or double bass even playing that sort of low buff part, and then you could have a violin going all sweet and high for that part, and it would be fun. While we're talking about opening things, I was thinking that this could use a name, this show, this thing of mine, and I had a name in mind, and then I was talking to my brother, and I was like, oh, if I forget to Skype you, I'm doing videos now, so it can be like, you know, your weekly dose of summer, and then it occurred to me that would actually make a sort of decent name, something like that, like Spoon of Sunlight, except actually that's lame, so I don't think it would. The name I was thinking about before that was, pretentiously enough, the Awesome Review / Discussion / Interestingness Show. Which is obviously insanely pretentious, and I don't think I'll be doing all that much review and discussioningness, and the interestingness is entirely subjective, but the acronym, oh dear gods, the acronym is like, and I could call it the Tardis Show, even, and seeing it already has the and show inside the acronym, it's like a tautology twice over, which would be sort of hilarious, the Tardis Show. Way too pretentious though, isn't it? I'd have to talk about Doctor Who an awful lot to want that kind of name. And I was gonna sing a song about, which was like a parody, you know, which was like a sort of filky, do you know the word filk? Look it up, it's a very interesting word, like milk, except nothing to do with milk, except it sounds similar to milk, because it's filk, and you can filk with your instrument, making music. And yes, a sort of filky version of Putting on the Ritz, except with the Aeolian in it. I like Putting on the Ritz because it was on Jeeves and Wooster, and I was gonna do that, but I think I've, you know, spent enough time talking to the camera already, and also my singing's rubbish, so I'll just give you a couple of lines if I'm not wholly out of tune. It's not terribly good because nothing rhymes with the Aeolian at one, but it's like, the people dressed in fashion fine, with cloaks and dresses and strawberry wine, you'll have a fine time putting on the Aeolian. But this is the cool bit just after that, which is like, listening to the music you aspire, and say you have a bit of Iliad's fire. Liar, liar, so follow the hype. Across the bridge there's no gunning knives. That part gets confusing. Oh, but there's an earlier bit which is like, so if you're grim and you want to grease your grin with Methiglin, why don't you follow them in? Putting on the Aeolian. Yeah, my singing's horrible. I'm not gonna sing at all. No. No singing. Sorry. Some cool wordplay though. You can ask me for it if you want. There's some lyrics that I did. Sort of. But summer, you declare. Why are you making songs when you cannot, in actual fact, sing them? Well, as it happens, I have a cunningly worded retort to that. I have a bat on my head. Your arguments are invalid.